So if you've been following me, you know 4 years ago we bought a parcel of land in Kikuyu and built a simple 3-bedroom, and now we live completely off the grid. For those who are new here, 4 years ago I put together a group of 24 people and we bought a 5-acre parcel of land. After subdivision, our parcel was a 1/4 of an acre and it ended up costing us 1.6 million for the 1/4 acre parcel. The place is Kamangu in Kikuyu, and when we moved here, this place had no roads, no neighbors, no infrastructure, but we knew the infrastructure was coming. The thing about land is you have to get in at the right time. That's why you'll see many people saying land is not a good investment. This is because they bought overhyped land in the first place. For us, this was a good deal because we are buying a parcel that is around 30 kilometers from Nairobi for less than $1 million. This was also a place that doesn't flood, and most other places that were within a similar distance from Nairobi were going for up to 4 times the price. We were also looking for a place that will be cheap to build, and that's why we didn't consider any places with black cotton soil. We were in no rush to build since we wanted to do it without taking a loan and without straining ourselves, so we did it slowly out of our own pockets. This is the road we'd used to get home, and you can see how bad it was, and at this point no one believed that this road would ever get tarmacked. As we continued to do the house, the road started getting better and we also started getting neighbors. After finishing the structure, we took a little break to get started on our rural home, and by the time we got back, the road was tarmacked and we were ready to begin our finishing. When we came back to do finishing, we started with the outside because we knew once you move in, it gets really hard to continue building because you get comfortable, and we knew if we started with the inside, we would never finish the outside because we just get comfortable. After that, we did a few basic finishes on the inside, and then we got started on the perimeter wall. And this was one of the toughest phases for the build because perimeter wall for a 1/4 of an acre is almost $1 million with the gate. Starting with the house really motivated us to keep going, and by the time we were done, we were ready to move in, but we did the perimeter wall anyways. All in all, the entire project took us about 3 years from the time we purchased the land to the time we moved in, and we spent about $5 million on everything from the land to fencing to building the house to the point of moving in. Another major cost was our solar system, on which we spent about $400,000, but this powers everything in our house from our lights, washing machine, fridge, freezers, and basically all appliances. For internet, we use Starlink and we harvest all our rainwater, which means we live completely off the grid. From my gate, you can see the tarmac. All the roads have been tarmacked, and this means the plots have also gone higher in value, which means if I were to sell my house, the 2 plots and everything, it will go for about 7 million shillings, and this is only going to go higher. From my house, it's about a 30-minute drive to Westlands, about a 20-minute drive to the hub Karen, and about 30 minutes to the junction, Ngong Road. It's a 30 minutes drive to Kiambu Road, and it will take me about 40 minutes to get to town, which means you have all these options to go look for money and you can still live completely off the grid. If I were to invest that money in a place like Ruiru, in a place with red soil, a place like Oaklands, my 5 million would only get me a 50 by 100 plot, and I would be so much further from all these places. We are not looking to sell anytime soon and are in fact thinking of expanding our parcel to half an acre. By building a simple house, we are left with lots of space, and we are currently working on growing our own food with the space we have. We have about 29 fruit trees in our compound, and you can see we're working on growing our vegetables. We have lots of chicken, we have dogs, and soon with a little expansion, we'll be able to completely sustain ourselves. When we talk about off-grid living, the goal is not buying a plot in the middle of nowhere and spending lots of money to live off the grid. The goal is to sustain yourself and spend as little as possible while still living as close to where you can make money as possible. With everything that's happening, you need to be able to survive if anything happens. And as long as everything is okay, you want to be as close as where you make your money as possible.